Hi. So, as you've already seen from the title of this episode, I'm going to talk about the coronavirus. But I'm not going to talk about it like in socioeconomical terms or political terms like everyone else is doing. I'm going to talk about it in terms of me. So I'm going to do like a little bit of how I relate to it and then what I think and blah, blah, mother effing blah. So, starting with me, I almost feel like I've been I've been unintentionally prepping for something like this my whole life. I say that because just about all of the protocols that they recommend that we follow to be safe, I've been doing my whole life anyways. Let's see, they say wash your hands. I wash my hands for everything. Before I go to the bathroom, after I go to the bathroom, before I eat, after I eat, when I get home, when I get to work, after I pump gas, after I take the trash out, after I look at my daughter's homework. See, the logic there is because her work goes to school, so that means it's got the school germs on it, so it's yucky. I even keep separate, like, movies and video games and such that I buy used from the stuff that's new, that's mine, because obviously the stuff that's new and mine I know is, I only touched it, but the stuff that's used, I don't know who touched that, plus that means it's been sitting on the shelf at the store, tons of people have been touching it just to look at it, but didn't purchase it, so, ugh. You could say that about like a new game or something as well, but that's the cellophane. Once I take it home and rip that off, the casing itself is, just me. I even have like a couple designated areas for dirty things, if you will. Like, I have a shelf that's kind of, like if friends come over and want to put their keys somewhere, put it there. I don't trust your keys. I don't trust mine, but I definitely don't trust yours. And if I count change, like my change that I have, when you go shopping, I do that by the door where my shoes are, because that's where the shoes are, so it's already gross there. I'm not going to make a different part of my floor gross somewhere, or a table, and then I got to clean it. So, and then obviously, if you haven't gathered, I don't wear shoes in the house. But yeah, and even at the gas station, like first off, I have a plastic glove that I'll wear when I pump gas, so then I'm not touching the gas nozzle. And B, I have sanitizer in my car specifically for when I go get gas. Like, it's funny because gas stations are pretty nasty, but no one ever thinks about that. I bet you people still don't think about that, even in the middle of this pandemic. Same as doors. No one probably thinks about doors being gross. I do, because tons of people touch that door handle to go in there. So that's why I always try to be crafty, and I'll open a door like with the very bottom or the very top of the handle, because if it's not, if it's like a big handle for like a regular store, like a doorknob at a home, you can't do that with, but like a big handle, that's what I do, because most people are going to grab it in the middle. So I figure the extreme top or extreme bottom's the cleanest. So anyhow, I already wash my hands tons of times a day. I probably wash my hands more just in the morning part of the day than most people do in their entire day. And to some degree, I feel like this may be why I have my eczema problems, because washing my hands too much over all these years, maybe it's catching up to me and I'm washing away essential oils and what have you, but it's how I am, and it's not going to stop. Once I feel like my hands are dirty, it just stays, and I just think about it, and I have to wash my hand. So anyway, there's that. Second thing is they say don't touch your face. Well, that's kind of coincides with my hands always feeling like, ooh, I don't touch my face. If I'm in public and my eye gets itchy or something, my cheek or whatever, I either rub it like as close to my shoulder as I can so it's hitting my shirt, or I just take the inside of my innermost shirt and scratch that way. Logic being because I feel like it's not exposed to the outside world and it's against my skin, so it's it's just on me, so it's probably the cleanest part on me at that time until I wash my hands. So that's what I do. Let's see, then they say the social distancing stuff. Well, there's a lot here. First off, I don't really have many friends, and I don't want friends. I like being alone. So the social distancing almost is like just a natural thing for me. Like, I like to come home and just be here by myself, and that's it. Or, do things by myself. So social distancing 101, bam, nailed that. Then as far as everyone else, I think that's kind of nice, because a lot of times, like, especially when you're in an aisle at a store trying to cash out, you get idiots that like creep right up to you. Their carriage is right behind you, almost hitting you and stuff, and it's like, back off, jeez. You standing on top of me isn't gonna speed anything up. It's not gonna make the register person go any faster. It's not gonna, you know. And at least now with the social distancing crap, the rest of the world is just a huge, ridiculously over the top paranoid mess. So everyone's following these guys. Oh my God, you're only 5 3/4 feet away from me. You need to back up 3 inches. And now everyone's doing that. So you don't have to worry about these idiots standing on top of you anymore. If anything, they're too far back, and now people are able to easily cut in front of them because they don't realize they're in line. But also, back to me on the social distancing stuff, that's something else I think about too when I'm walking and like someone's in front of me. I don't want to be too close to them, because I think about like when they're breathing. I don't want to breathe in their air. Ugh. Like, yeah, it's going to be in the air anyways, but I don't want it to be like, got it. Did you just exhale? Got it. I'm so close to you. So I always think about that, and then like I'll slow down or I'll kind of veer over, and I'm like, ugh. Or I think about if it's like a woman with long hair, I think about like her hair. I don't want her hair flying in my mouth or something coming out of her hair. And ugh. So then I just create distance anyways. So again, like I'm saying, it's just kind of like a natural thing for me to just be following these regulations in my day-to-day life as it is. Another regulation I was thinking about is, so I have a part-time job at a Dunkin' Donuts. I'm only there every other weekend. And, but they were doing, I don't really know if there still are, but they were wearing gloves for when you handle the money and such. So anyway, again, like for everyone else, that was something like, oh, I forgot to put the gloves on. Like that was something they had to like remember. But for me, that's second nature. One, because I wear the gloves just because I don't want direct contact with money and stuff on a normal basis. Like I think about how dirty money is, so I would wear the gloves. Two, I wore the gloves also because of my eczema. I felt embarrassed by people seeing it, so I wore the gloves as a way to kind of hide it, so people weren't like, ugh, what was wrong with that guy's hands? That's disgusting. At least if I have gloves on and you can see it through the gloves, who cares? I got gloves on. You're touching a glove. You're not touching my hand. And B, again, I would like to wear the gloves because my hands were always ripped up, and I didn't want like money germs just having a field day like, oh look, I found a cut over here. Really? So I figured if I had the gloves on, it was protecting them. I also wore gloves when I did dishes because I'm pretty sure the dish soap there really F's up my hands. So again, it's just something I was used to doing. Punch in, put some gloves on. I mean, it helps now, too, that all I do is sandwiches when I work. But still, when I wasn't just doing sandwiches, that's what I'd still do, was wear the gloves anyways, just naturally. So it's funny, like, because, I probably looked like a freak before wearing gloves for no reason, but now it's just a thing. Or when I was wearing the glove pumping my gas, people would probably look like, look at this loser. Look at this fag. And it's like, now it's just what I do. It's normal. It's like, oh, that's a good idea. I should get some gloves too, huh? It's like, yeah, welcome to my life style. So, there's that. I thought it was just funny, like, it's everything that you're supposed to do. I'm just used to doing it. Now, where do I want to go next? I guess I can kind of just casually transition into the next thing, which is, so places, at least where I'm at, places are still open, but there's a lot of restrictions. Like a lot of restaurants are drive-through only. Sit-down places have recently opened up, but the sit-down options are only outside, so they're mostly still takeout. A lot of these places are trying to come up with tables outside, but most people aren't really feeling that. But yeah, and then like if you go to, say, Walmart, you gotta wear a face mask, you gotta do the stupid social distancing crap, you gotta, they got all these ridiculous mazes you gotta go through. But one thing I'd say about drive-through only is I guess it's nice to still have those places open, because I don't know where it's at, but I hear some states are pretty much completely closed down because people have been complaining all over Twitter and stuff that they're locked home doing nothing. I don't know. Around here where I live, it never got that bad. But anyways, I do hate drive-through. It's one thing that I'm not equipped for this for the coronavirus is dang drive-through only. I hate drive-through. I've hated drive-through as long as I've been driving. I never want to drive through. If I can park and go in, I want to park and go in. Even if it was something stupid like a soda and that was it. I want it to go in. I don't want to drive through. There's just a lot of reasons to not like drive through. I feel like usually going in actually feels faster, especially if I'm getting a drink. Think about if there's a little line and I'm going to drive through. Now I got to sit in this line. Turns into 5 minutes for just a drink. Where if I were to just go in, I get the cup, I get my drink, I'm out. 1.5 minutes tops. What do I want to sit and drive through for? Then you know what I mean? And like, drive through also just feels like too much pressure. It's like the line goes slow, 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 and then it gets to you, and then all of a sudden it's like you're paying, and then boom, they're standing right there with your food, and you're like, geez, the line was barely moving. I don't even have time to put my money away. So I don't like that either. It's too much pressure. At least when you go in, you have that time window to put your money away and get situated, not, here's your change. Boom, here's your food. Oh, jeez, I wasn't ready. I'm still... You know, and then you try to take it all and hurry up just to make them happy, but then you're driving off with this giant mess that you're trying to figure out, and... Ugh, I hate drive-through. So... That's one thing I could say I'm not equipped for compared to everything else. Like, washing my hands, yep, got it. Social distance, works for me. Don't touch your face, okay, I haven't. I mean, I've been living like this since high school, because I've been thinking about that. I remember one time... senior year, somewhere around there, junior, senior year, one of the girls that was in my grade was also in a class I think it was psychology, and I don't remember what she did. She either like rubbed her hands all over the desk, just like wiping it off, and then she was like deep rubbing her eyes, or else she had, I don't know, maybe it was that. And I said, I don't know, I made a face or something, some kind of way she could see what I was thinking, and then commented on it, like, what? And I was like, that's just nasty. And she's like, it's not like anyone crapped on the table. But I'm like, yeah, maybe they didn't per se, but, like, these tables are disgusting, okay? Tons of people sit here. You don't know what their hygiene's like. You don't know what's coming off of them, off of the books that they had. Like, that's nasty. You just rubbed your hands all over this table, picked up colonies of germs, and then just jammed them into your eyes. Just like another thing I always thought was nasty was like girls would always share their chapstick, and it was just like, not only were they sharing their chapstick, but it wasn't, they weren't even using chapstick that was like the EOS or a regular stick of chapstick. You know, how you're at least holding the container and rubbing on your lips. No, it's the kind like you take off the lid, rub your finger on the product, and then put it on your mouth that way. And I just thought, that is nasty. Like, you have all these people, because you're sharing, you got all these people just rubbing their fingers on your stuff, and you don't know how clean any of their hands are. Now they're rubbing their finger in your stuff, putting it on their mouth. Again, you don't know how clean their mouth is. I mean, granted, we're in high school, so I guess nobody's really that dirty, like STD level and stuff. But still... You know, they're putting it on their mouth, and they're going back for seconds. So now that whatever is on their mouth is on their finger, now they're putting it in your jar, in addition to whatever nastiness is on their hand to begin with. And it's like, ugh, and then you go and share that around with somebody else. You go to this one, hey, can I have some too? Yeah, it's fine. And I always thought, oh my word, that is nasty. You know, I never had a girlfriend in high school. And I never had one, actually, until I was like, you know, I was, 22? But... I always think, now just think about it, maybe it's good to have a girlfriend. I don't want one anyways. They're too nasty for me. You know, they'd be going in for like a kiss, and I'd be like, nope, I've seen what you've done at school. You let everybody use your chapstick. That's nasty. When was the last time you washed your hands? I guess I'm not saying it's not like they can't do that when they're adults, but I guess it's also different. You know, your life changes. Your friends kind of just disappear. You know, everybody that it's different. So there's less of a chance that they're as nasty as they are in high school. But, Yeah, how did I even get on this tangent? Oh yeah, talking about my check marks. Anyway, though, I guess now to get into what I think about the coronavirus. So first off, all these places that make you wear a face mask, that's just, I think it's kind of ridiculous. Why do I have to wear a face mask? I feel like that should be an option. Maybe like I mean, I suppose at the end of the day, face mask isn't a law, so it really is an option. But they're like, it's like a highly enforced option, and I just don't think that should be the case. If I don't want to wear one, I shouldn't have to. At the end of the day, I don't have it, so I'm not gonna infect anybody, and that's what the face mask is supposed to be for. It's supposed to be to protect others from getting it. So why do I have to wear a face mask if I don't have it? I can't infect anybody. And if I don't want to wear the face mask in public and risk possibly getting it from someone else, then that should be my choice. Like, I don't know, it's just, the face masks are just annoying because they're just, first off, they're almost constrictive when you're trying to breathe. Everyone knows this now because everyone has to wear one. And like, you know, especially when you're trying to just walk around the store, it's like you start getting like, not short of breath, but it's like it gets hard to breathe after a while because you got this thing just jammed down on your face, constricting your airflow. A. B, you end up kind of, you know, breathing back in your CO2. Like, I don't want to jump on the bandwagon that everyone says that, yeah, breathing in your carbon dioxide is not good. But in a way, they actually do have a point. I mean, when that air can't get out, it's just stuck there. I mean, a lot of people that are over the top and wear it while they're driving, some people have passed out because, you know, they're wearing like what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, they're looking for the, you know, super industrial N95 masks, so that's why, like, their CO2's not really getting out, it's trapped, and then they're just breathing CO2 only, and then they end up passing out. So I mean, it is a valid thing to make that claim, but you know, it's just, I don't know, it's just annoying. It's something you gotta remember. Granted, I keep one in the car, but sometimes when I go out with, like, a friend, I don't think of grabbing one. And then we're at the store, and I'm like, I don't have a mask. Do you have an extra one? And that's annoying. Like, it shouldn't matter. It should just be like, oh, guess I don't have one. Also, like I alluded to before with Walmart, like, they have all these mazes, one-way lanes of shopping, and, you know, the dumb markers for 6 feet distance and blah, blah, blah. All of these precautions are completely pointless and dumb. What do they think any of this is going to do? One-way shopping. Oh, so I can go down the aisle one way only. What is that going to do? Okay, let's say the idiot in front of me, while we're going down the lane, has coronavirus and gags. Okay, that stuff just blew out, even if he's got a mask on. It doesn't inhibit it. It makes the cloud a little smaller, but it's still in the air. Now it's lingering in the air, and now I walk right into it. What difference does it make that the lane will only let me go one way? Makes no difference. And then at the same time, what difference does it make if I go down the lane the way you want me to, but then I turn around because, oh, whoops, what I was looking for I missed, it was back here. Well, now I'm going against the grain, so to speak. But what difference does it make? It makes no difference. You know, it's so dumb that they have these stupid one-lane bullcrap. What does it do? Nothing. If anything, possibly having the regular 2 lanes is better because, you know, you want to have 6 feet distance, right? Well, one person can be way on one side and the other person can be way on the other side instead of, like, you're behind the people, you know what I mean? Now you got a gap between the two of you. So if someone on one of those sides ends up gagging, the other person's not going to be walking into their cloud. Like, the one-way stuff is so stupid. I don't even follow it. I say F you to all. I give the middle finger to the sign every single time when it says, you know, I see the red sign, middle finger to the floor. I don't care. Let an employee see me. Then they know what I think. F you. This is dumb. I'm not following your stupid signs. They're pointless. There's no logic to them at all. They're dumb. And then, like I said, the face mask too. What do they do? Who cares? I don't have it. What do I gotta wear a mask for? Who am I protecting? Because that's what the mask is supposed to be for, to protect others. Well, I don't have anything, so what am I protecting everyone else from? Nothing. Then I think about, oh yeah, the social distancing crap. They say 6 feet. Okay, what is 6 feet gonna do? When you really stop and analyze like a sneeze trajectory, it goes, what is it, 9 feet or something like that? 10 feet? So what is 6 feet gonna do? kind of slow down the process instead. Not even. It's not going to do anything, actually. If it can go 9 feet, you're 6 feet away. It has plenty of 3 feet still to travel. 3 feet of power still, but after it hits you know what I mean? So the 6 feet crap doesn't even do anything. What's the point? Okay, yeah, let me stand 6 feet behind because no reasons. Just some stupid government thing. Let me just blindly pick it up. Oh, I know, I'll just spin the wheel. Looks like it landed on 6. Like, and then, the other thing I think is a joke too, on top of all this crap, is like, payments. Okay? You're gonna worry about having all these dumb screens up. Like, if you go to a convenience store, they got all this plastic with a tiny little cutout on the bottom, just so you can hand them money and stuff. And they get the the little plexiglass walls up at the Walmart registers and everywhere else you go. But at the end of the day, what does any of this do? You know, you hand somebody your money, you give somebody, your bill's $9.50, you give them a $10 bill. Boom. Money is one of the dirtiest things in the entire world besides gas station pumps. No, but money is definitely one of the dirtiest things. It exchanges tons of hands. I mean, you know what I mean? Like a bill that I had on me the other day. Who knows how many people touched it before me and how many people are going to touch it after me. And, like, we're going to worry about wearing stupid masks when everybody's touching something insanely filthy? You know? I give that... So, back to my example. I give that person $10. They give me 50 cents back. I handed them something filthy, and they in turn gave me back 2 filthy things that I just casually put in my pocket. But that's fine, right? Because I'm wearing a mask. So, that's fine. Like, I don't know. It's just... or like when you go to drive-thru. I go to Burger King drive-thru and they do this stupid little bin thing. You gotta put your money in the bin and put your card in the... What the heck is that gonna do? That is... There's no logic to that at all. Maybe you could argue the one lane traffic somehow, but well, there's this reasoning. But you can't have any kind of logic for the bins. Okay? They say it's supposed to minimize contact. What contact are you minimizing? If anything, you're increasing contact. Everyone's putting their card in there. Everyone's putting their money in there. The employees are putting the change in there, and the people are digging it out. And now here I go chucking my card in there. Now it's just soaking up all those germs from all those other cards, all those other bills and coins. And then they casually hand it back to me. Like, oh, okay, cool. And on top of it all, the employee touches the card to put it in the card reader anyways. Touches the money to put it in the register anyways. You know, like... What does putting it in that stupid bin do? Besides make things more complicated and stupid looking and annoying. That doesn't do anything. That has to be the dumbest protocol that anywhere does. Is use the stupid bin. Like... And then here's the thing too, okay? Not to be insensitive or whatever, but at the end of the day, for one... Majority of the people who end up getting the virus get over it naturally. No doctor's visit, no treatment, no nothing. They get it, they get better, bam, done. It's like 3 days you're sick, then you're better. So, at the end of the day, why are we making this such a huge deal when it's something that is that easy to handle? I mean, think about it. You know how easy it is supposedly to kill this thing? Wash your hands. That's it? We're shutting down the world for something that can be killed by just washing your hands? I don't know. It seems a bit severely over the top. Like, oh my god. I guess because, I don't know why the world hasn't been shut down before this then. You know? Just from any regular old germ. Oh my god. There's a such thing as germs? Oh, we cannot live as a society. We're gonna have to stay home and do nothing. Because otherwise these germs can go to other people. Oh yeah, we invented something called soap, but that's not enough. I don't know, I feel like it doesn't make any sense. Something that can be killed with soap and that most people can get over naturally within about 3 days is shutting down the world. How does that make any sense? Really, the only people that are affected are elderly and people with pre-existing conditions, which those people are already like overly cautious to the world just because they know about themselves. If you're a reasonable elderly person, you're already way over the top cautious. And if you have a pre-existing condition, same thing. I'm sure you're already over the top cautious. So, you know what I mean? Like, okay, now you just have to be a little more cautious then. Maybe you want to wear a mask just because extra caution for yourself. But I don't understand why the whole world has to shut down over something this basic, if you will, 3 days you're sick and then you get better, and, only people that really have to worry are people that have a big condition, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, as I just said, they're already overly worried. So, like, they're already on top of things. Kind of like me, how I started this, saying, like, I always wash my hands and blah, blah, blah. Those people with the pre-existing condition are already living a certain lifestyle anyways. Like, there's no change for them. Okay, just one more thing for me to worry about. That's what it is for them. But instead the world's like, oh my God! We have to shut everything down. No one can do anything. Like, what? I don't know. And then I also think, like, at least for United States economy, like, shutting everything down is beyond stupid. Because not only, like I said, is it kind of basic and easy enough to handle, but when you go and shut everything down, long-term economically speaking, what happens? People aren't working, so they're not making money. Since they're not working, these companies aren't producing the products that they produce, so they're not making money. Whoever would need those end products that company makes can't get the products from them, so they're going to other vendors now. And so it ends up being a trickle effect of just destroying the economy. And so then they come up with this stimulus package. Here you go, here's $1,200. And then what's that gonna do? That's not free money for us. We're not just getting $1,200. Once everything's back to normal, they're gonna find a way to get that back. So then, all it's going to do is make things severely much more harder for us in the long run. We're going to have to try to fix the economy and fix all these jobs and companies that were failing and stuff. Like, isn't Chuck E. Cheese struggling now? So, like, you got to fix them and everything else. Then we got to figure out paying back this stupid stimulus. Like, shutting down the country is dumbest idea. And then, what else was I gonna say? What else was I thinking about this? I don't know. There was something else. I don't remember now. But it just seems too excessive for what it's worth. Oh, and that's another thing too. Like, for something that's so basic and can be killed just by washing your hands, how have they not come up with a treatment yet? Or not a treatment, like a cure. Something that you can ingest and bam, done, bye, see ya. It's kind of like probably what the idea was that Trump had. Yeah, of course everyone blows it out of proportion. Oh, he said to drink bleach. I highly doubt he said drink bleach. He probably was making an analogy like, how come you can just dump bleach on your counter and the thing's dead? How come we don't have something like that like bleach that we can ingest? And everyone's, oh, he said we should ingest bleach. Duh. We're idiots. We're the liberal media. Duh. But, like that idea, yeah, why isn't there anything yet that, if products like that can easily wipe this thing out, how have they not come up with a medication yet that can just wipe it out? There's got to be something. There's the regular flu. We have regular flu shots. You can't make a variant of the regular flu shot. I mean, this is called the coronavirus because it's one of the corona viruses, like H1N1 and MERS. Those have treatments. You can't pull out one of those and mildly manipulate it to make something for COVID. Like, I don't understand. What's is this more or less just turning into like a population control thing instead? The government's like, we'll just pretend we can. Let's some of the people, dwindle out. And then we'll release something. Like, I don't know. And then back to, like, face masks and stuff. What's even the dumbest, I think, is when you see these morons in their own vehicle by themselves wearing a mask. Like, seriously? I don't care if your windows are up or down. In either scenario, that is dumb. You're by yourself. What? You think you're going to give yourself the virus? Oh my god. Tom is sitting with me. I'm going to have to put my mask on. I don't need him sneezing or something and giving me the virus. And it's like, bro, you're Tom, you idiot. You're with yourself. It doesn't make a difference if you have it or not. If you have it and you sneeze, you can't give it to yourself more. And if you don't have it and you sneeze, you're not going to give yourself anything. Or like I saw, always in the morning when I'm on my way to work, there's somebody who walks. They must work overnight somewhere and they're walking home. And they always have a mask on. There's nobody else on the streets. There's nobody else even up because it's early in the morning. And there they are walking on the streets with a mask on. Like, you look like an idiot. You know, you don't have to wear your mask. You're by yourself. And then, like, today I was cruising around. Not really. I was going to get a drink. But when I was coming home, somebody was mowing and they have a mask on. And I'm like, you better be wearing that mask because grass affects you, not because you're an idiot. And you're like, oh, I gotta wear my mask to go mow because, again, seriously? You're in your yard, at home, by yourself, outside, and you think you gotta wear a mask? Restaurants are open and allow people to eat outside, but you think while you're mowing you need to have a mask on when you're by yourself? Really? Like, it's so dumb. Like, people are just way overreacting, and, like, all these protocols and stuff with the, the measures that are being taken and stuff, they're just dumb. They're dumb. You know? It's like at my job, they want us to wear a mask. Well, for me, I sit in a suite by myself. I have a whole entire office building to myself, basically. I'm not going to wear a mask with myself. And if somebody comes down to my area to talk to me, they can throw a mask on if they're that worried about it. I'm not putting one on for you. And I never have. Even when I go out in the shop, I don't wear a mask. I mean, most of the people there are like-minded like me anyway, so they don't wear masks as it is, but I've always been resistant to it. Not to be a jerk, I think it's dumb. And they like I said, they're all like-minded like me, so they understand. So nobody really says anything when they don't see me with a mask, because they think the same way. But, yeah, it's just stupid. The response is stupid to something that I don't want to say is basic, but still. I mean, I think I saw statistics that said 80% of the people who have gotten the virus have gotten better naturally. No medicines, no visits to the doctor, no nothing. They got sick, they stayed home, they were better in 3 days. 80%. Now, this was a little bit back. This was probably like in late April, early May. So, I mean, there was less cases and stuff. The overall stats may have changed. It could be a lower figure now because of more cases or whatever. But still, it was just like, really? And at that time, that was like the heyday of everything shutting down. So it was like, we're shutting down the government and the whole country for something that 80% of people with a normal, healthy immune system can get rid of in 3 days? Really? Like, that doesn't seem like that much of a threat. I almost feel like we're better off just intentionally getting the virus. Like, I feel like that's the best way to fight it. Intentionally get the virus, and then your body will kill it in 3 days, and now you have antibodies. So now when it comes back around, who cares? Yeah, I got it, whatever. It's dead. My body already took care of it. Like, problem solved. There you go. You're sick for 3 days, it'll suck, and then you're better. And now you don't have to worry anymore. You can go to Walmart without a face mask. You can go sit down at Wendy's with your family and have a crappy dinner and not worry about it because you got sick and now you're better. Like, I don't know. Well, I think that's about it. That's another thing too that I just thought of, afterthought. So they have all this paranoia going on too, and yet there's people that I know that work in heavily populated areas, and yet they're fine. The Dunkins that I work at, one, I'm fine. You know? Like, nothing's happened to me. Two, my friend is the manager there. That's how I get the job. But same thing. Like, she's fine. Nothing's happened to her. And my brother, he's a manager at Walmart. Obviously, he deals with tons of people. He's fine. Nothing's happened to him. Now, granted, I'm not trying to jinx anything and have something all of a sudden hit all three of us. But I'm just saying, if, this thing's been floating around all this time. And, like, like, they make you have all these dumb protocols to follow and such. But it's like, is it really needed? I mean, we're heavily, I'm every other weekend, but still, I'm at a gas station pit stop. I mean, you get people from all over the place making a pit stop there. It's not just local traffic. It's, people just passing through on a main road, main route, main mini highway, if you will. And, like, we're all good. So it's just like, I don't know. It just feels like the response is severely way over the top. So yeah, I think that's about it now. Hope I'm not forgetting anything. I probably am. I meant to write down notes and I didn't do it. But at the same time, though, that is kind of what my format is for every video I make, just off the cuff, one take. So here it is, nice and raw. Yeah. I severely think that's about it now. I can't think of anything else. Just drawing a blank. All I'm rethinking of is everything I've already said. So, thanks for listening. Hopefully you agreed with me a little bit. If not, hopefully I was able to at least enlighten you to my viewpoints a little bit. And until next time, whether it's here or a different video, I said see ya.